my god. She also says, I think the lady it belonged to might have been shot. Hello and welcome to Gabby's Vintage. So today, I've asked a bunch of my followers to submit their vintage pieces, something that they either didn't know very much about or that they really love, and I was gonna teach them. So I've received a bunch of submissions, and I have been going back and forth because I want to include everyone so badly. It pains me that I won't be able to go through everyone's, but I did have a lot of fun researching these. So, got my handy dandy laptop right here. I got some juicy things here, so I'm so excited to go through. I'm just gonna pick a few today, and I'm gonna figure out what I can find about them historically, and maybe even show y'all how to style it. This immediately stuck out to me as soon as I received it. So this gunny sex comes to us from S, who says that this gunny sex dress was used at her local middle school. Middle school musicals are like for gunny sex dresses. And she tried it on, it fit her perfectly, and her director let her keep it for free. So A, this girl wins at life, and B, I immediately looked at this dress and thought that is unlike any gunny sex I've ever seen before, especially because of those little sleeves, and the color and the pattern, but I'm gonna go through and see if I can find something similar. So this is a gunny sex by Jessica McClintock. If you have been a part of the vintage community, I don't need to explain this to you, but it is a 1970s brand of very recognizable dresses. They are probably one of the most collectible items today. People go crazy for gunny sex. This dress looks unlike any gunny sex I have ever seen in my life. So my first thought is this was maybe something that was like handmade but came with one of those little gunny sex labels. You could get them in like patterns, and the person who handmade it sewed in that label, but the label looks like a little bit too good, so I'm gonna have to look into that. So first things first, I put this little picture into Google Photos. This is my favorite tip. And this should be able to kind of give you an idea of what I mean by gunny sex have like a really particular style. It's very like prairie, there's lots of florals. The style's very similar. And that vibrant red just throws me off. Now looking through these, I actually see some things that are really similar, but notice how this is gunny sex style instead of gunny sex? Oh, is this an actual gunny sex? Okay, that's kind of funky. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the experts. Reddit. No, just kidding. Okay, there's like a bunch of like groups on like Facebook and Reddit and whatnot of like gunny sex lovers. And like there's a party that's held every year. Okay, see, that's funky. After scrolling through Hello Vintage Lovers Instagram for quite some time, I've come to the conclusion that these little tiny sleeves actually did exist. This is just a cute little unique gunny sex dress because they were all very quirky. So yes, this is a true gunny sex, I think. Dress is also from the 70s S, so great find. And in terms of styling it, this is my own personal gunny sex, and I feel like the classic way is to wear it like very girly, lots of like pearls and bows, pastel colors, but I think that yours is a little extra fun, and I just love this picture, and I love the idea of styling it like the only way I can describe is like the March Sisters, like very Little Women, cozy, things don't necessarily match. So I would go one of either of these ways. Okay, so this one stood out to me. This one comes from Jackie. This is a Lieba's Scarfette jewelry clip with two scarves. So luckily we have a lot of information on this little pamphlet here. So this says, the Lieba scarf clip is specifically designed. We are proud of the way it functions. The styles explained in this booklet are made easier and will hold better only with the genuine Lieba clip. So as we can see down here, it was copyrighted or patented in 1969. That gives us a little hinty hint. There's an American flag. And this beautiful scarf. Okay. Oh, she even included all of the details. Okay, so Grandma and I have a scarf booklet very similar to this, but it was from the 1970s. I am getting Lieba scarf clip 1969. That doesn't surprise me at all. I think these are so cute. I love the way that they would have been tied. And you know what? It's really hard to tell those scarves just by looking at them. That label makes me think maybe more modern. This one feels definitely vintage to me. Yeah, just the squareness, that's totally vintage to me. Actually, you know what? I think that they're both vintage. It's so hard to say without looking at that label. But so fun, I love that scarf clip. In terms of styling, I don't have a Lieba clip on me, so I'm just gonna go with, like, obviously this is my favorite Hollywood starlet old look. Tie it around your face, add some glasses, so cute. Or, I have found so much love in tying it like a little bow at the neck. I think this is so 60s. It could even be 40s if you wanted it to be. Play around with colors and patterns. I think a good scarf is necessary for cute vintage clothes. This one comes to us from Chloe, and immediately right off the bat, I think I know what this is. A perfume holder that still has solid perfume in it. So cool. And she said she's not sure about anything else. Also, she said, the man who sold it to her said, this is a little out of my expertise, but if you want to ask me about fishing, then I certainly know about that. Hilarious. Chloe thinks that it was from Avon. So Avon was a popular makeup and perfume brand, and also one of the first ever MLMs. So women would go door to door. They were known as Ding Dong Avon ladies, and they would sell products out of, like, a magazine, and you get so many cool, quirky, funky makeup products throughout the years from Avon. Totally understand why you would think that. This is like a super fun, quirky piece, but the little Estee we see here gives us a hint that it's probably actually Estee Lauder and not Avon. Okay, you know the drill. I'm gonna put this into Google Photos. So this guy would have been like a little perfume holder. I wonder if it was like a brooch or something. It doesn't really look like it. It looks pretty big to be a brooch. And here we go. We have so much. Look, okay. Is a 1968 Estee Solid Perfume by Estee Lauder. Also, we're finding other sources that say from the 70s, so I'm gonna say between 1965 and about 1975. 1968 to 1973 to be more specific. And I bet you the perfume, like, doesn't smell the same way that it once did, but if I had to guess, I would guess that it's gonna be nice and powdery. Cool find, Chloe. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, so this comes to us from Emma, who says that she found this blouse slash jacket slash bodice from the late 1890s. And it was gifted with a matching skirt. Oh my gosh, how cool. She says that she can't quite figure out how to, like, pull it together because it looks almost like a wrap top. Yeah, I feel like I don't have a whole lot to add to this, except I would like to say, but judging by these little closures, I'm gonna guess that that is Victorian Edwardian. But judging by the sleeves, I think that they're, like, a little bit less leg of mutton, which would have been totally 1890s. But they're still a little bit puffed, and it looks to have a high neckline. I don't know for sure. I can't really tell perfectly by the photos, but my guess would be early 1900s, and it would have been worn with a skirt like this. I'm gonna guess by the cotton and the pattern that it might have been a day or afternoon dress. I don't think that was evening. Such a cool piece, Emma. Oh my god. She also says, very casually, I think the lady it belonged to might have been shot. Well, okay. Moving on. Okay, so for styling, forgive me that I don't have the perfect top, but I think to bring this super modern, you could just wear light wash jeans, maybe do like a Gibson Girl inspired hair. And I also wanted to mention, this is one of my favorite looks I've ever pulled together with an antique top. I added just a petticoat, a belt, and I went for historically inspired hair. Oh my gosh, okay. This lovely dress comes to us from Olive, and they would love to know how much it would cost. Oh, that's such a good question. Okay, so this is gonna be particularly difficult because, like, we don't have a label. It is just kind of a typical 1960s, I would guess, dress. Dang, okay, but I am finding some similar things. Jeez Louise, okay. That looks similar, that looks similar. Oh my gosh, what if I add 1960s? If it didn't have a label, I'm going to guess that it was homemade. So I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna figure out an ad for something similar, and then I'm gonna try to find the cost for the pattern. Oh, I'm still recording. Okay, so this is one of my favorite websites lately, christmas.musetechnical.com. Lately, and it just has all of the Sears and, like, Montgomery Ward catalogs throughout the years. So I'm gonna go into mid-1960s, and we're gonna go to 1964 JCPenney, and I'm gonna try to find something similar, and we're gonna see how much it cost. Okay, so right off the bat, here's a little yellow guy that has a bow at the front, kind of similarly. Come on, show me or shift. Maybe we need to go later. Maybe we can't do 1964. 1967 Sears. We'll see. Okay, we got this paisley dress with the little sleeves, and it cost $17.90. So, I guess somewhere around there. And then off camera, I also found this orange shift dress that has a bow and no sleeves for $8.90. And in terms of the pattern, I went to eBay and all I had to do was search for 1960s shift dress pattern. And a lot of the patterns would have the price right on there. So that would cost about 75 cents. And as for styling this, I love to style a shift dress as like very Jackie Kennedy, East Coast, simple, summer, or go on the other side of the spectrum, put a blouse underneath, wear some like funky tights and cool boots, and go like super funky 60s. Okay, so that is all that I had time to get to today. But like I said, if you submitted something, these were so fun to go through. Thank you so much. And I might open this up again down the line. If you guys like this, let me know so I can open it up and we can do it again. Thanks for watching. Bye!